Hey there, it's Terrence from Radical Marketing, and welcome to another episode of Founders Go Naked, where we strip away the BS and give you the raw truth about digital marketing and scaling your business. Today, we're diving into something that's changing the game for businesses everywhere, AI copywriting. I'm going to talk about 3 things today on that topic. Number 1 is about why AI copywriting is important. Number 2 is about why most of the AI-generated copy you see today sucks. Number 3, how to make those copies not suck. So let's start off with number 1, why you need to use AI in your copywriting today. I think everyone and their grandma is familiar with ChatGPT now, right? You can't scroll for 2 seconds without seeing at least one ChatGPT generated text. And it's not just your eccentric uncle or random strangers on the net using AI to write. Businesses are now using AI in full force. I mean, we've got studies now that say by the end of 2025, 30% of all outbound marketing messages from large organizations will be AI generated. And for good reason too. AI generated text is cheap, high quality, and super fast. And you can tune it however you want with just a few changes in the prompt. It's practically a no-brainer to implement it for your business. In fact, today, it's probably the single most important tool for your copywriting and content writing department. Without AI, they simply won't catch up with the competition. So the question here today isn't whether you should use AI for your copy or not, right? The real question is, are you using it in a way that makes you money? That brings me to the second thing I want to talk about today. Why most AI-generated copies tend to suck. There's 3 main reasons. First is because, honestly, most people aren't using AI properly. They would go on ChatGPT, bang out a very basic prompt like, I need an awesome ad copy to sell my cow, or I want a social media post to promote my course, or whatever it is, right? And sure, ChatGPT can generate perfectly fine text for that. But since you didn't put any effort into your prompt, didn't specify exactly what makes your product unique, and didn't provide any context for your brand or personality, what comes out tends to be completely generic. And so you sound just like everyone else who's using ChatGPT to generate the same thing. So that's the first reason why AI-generated copies tend to suck. The second reason is that they tend to hallucinate a lot. And you see this happen to some businesses who asked AI to create extremely long copies, maybe even hundreds of pages of content for their marketing brochures, social posts, ads, and so on.
But they never bothered to actually review and fact check the stuff that's been generated. They just trust that everything there's 100% accurate.
No. It's better now than it was before. But AI tools like ChatGPT can still make things up out of thin air. That's how you end up with embarrassing mistakes, like your ads promising your customers that they'll get a special 2-for-1 offer, when in fact, that offer doesn't exist at all. So, always remember your ABCs. Always be checking. Anyway, there's also a third reason why AI-generated copies suck. It's that they tend to have AI-generated patterns. Stuff like M dashes or repeated phrases like, it's not X, it's Y. Things that AI is very prone to writing in their copy. People are growing increasingly aware of these patterns, and if they realize that you're using AI to write your stuff, then might think you're not being authentic or just writing a fake story or whatever. And that's just not a good look if you're trying to set yourself apart from your competitors, right? So that brings us to the question, how do we make AI-generated copies that don't suck? 3 ways. 1, have a framework for your prompts. In our agency, for example, we do use AI to help out with the initial brainstorming and even come up with copies that convert like crazy, but we're not lazy about it. We literally spend hours under the hood trying to come up with the perfect framework for our prompts. You need to feed the AI with prompts that actually work. That means including very specific instructions into your prompts. For example, one of my favorite ones is to tell it to write at a 4th grade level, because by default, ChatGPT and other AI bots tend to really ham it up when they're writing out copy. I mean, if you're not trying to write Shakespeare or targeting like 150 IQ people, why bother generating text that no one understands, right? We've got a whole team dedicated to creating the best prompts and the best frameworks for each type of copy. And yes, it will take a while to come up with something that works best for you. But the cool thing is, Once you've developed a working framework, you can use it interchangeably with your other projects as well. So the end result is still you getting to generate fast copy with AI. Only this time, it's both fast and high quality. 2. Feed your AI with data. It can be raw data, like results from the last round of ads you did for your products, or results from a customer feedback survey. It can be more refined data, like a customer avatar you've developed for your target audience, your brand voice, and basically any information you can give about your business and what makes you unique. Because at the end of the day, you really have to think of AI as one of your employees, right? You can't just give them a task and expect them to execute it without giving them enough context. You can take this one step further by creating custom GPTs where you can upload all of that data into, so that when you use that custom GPT, it knows exactly what you're talking about without needing you to repeat the context every single time. Finally, get some human eyeballs on those AI copies. I cannot stress this enough. Don't just hit publish on whatever the AI spits out. Get an actual copywriter to review the work and make some tweaks. This gives you 2 advantages. 1, you avoid making any embarrassing mistakes in your copy. 2, you make your copy even more unique because that copywriter can still add their human touch to the end product. Even though we've got so many advanced AI tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, and so on, they still can't quite sound as natural and human as, well, an actual human. Adding that genuine bit of human quality control will instantly set you apart from the competition, especially if all they do is whack out an AI-generated copy, hit publish, and call it a day. That's basically what we do at our agency. We go through layers of reviews and edits with our copywriting so that the end product is as awesome as it can be. So there you have it. 3 things that could make your AI copywriter a badass money-making machine instead of some poor bastard stuck with pushing out generic stuff day in, day out. And I think it's really important to stay ahead of the curve when it comes to this, right? Because we're seeing more and more advanced AI implementations. For example, we already have agentic AI. AI that's not only good for copywriting, but actually communicate with each other to launch and optimize entire marketing funnels on their own. So yeah, that sounds pretty out there, but it's real and it's insane. By the way, if you found this useful, check out my previous episode on AI chatbots. That's another cool way to use AI for your business that we are currently implementing for some of our clients. Basically, it's all about how you can create an AI receptionist that calls your leads and gets bookings while you're sleeping. Pretty sweet stuff. Anyway, guys, if you liked this episode, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Share it with other people who need to hear this. Thanks for listening. That's it for today's episode of Founders Go Naked. I'm Terrence Tam, and I'll see you in the next one.